Thanks so much, Mr. McCall. Well, what life skills do you remember learning from sports? It may have been perseverance, overcoming adversity. How about teamwork? An organization called LifeHoops wants to do that and so much more. Carolina Impact's Jason Terzis has more on the free program that combines academics, life skills, and sports.
The drills can get intense. Practicing the fundamentals of basketball, middle schoolers working on their games. No, this isn't a gym class. It's not a camp. It's actually something much more.
It's family. It's a brotherhood.
And it's something that goes way beyond the basketball court.
So the activity that we're going to do is basically about following directions. It's also about working as a team.
And it even goes beyond the classroom.
But today I'm going to dig into some stuff that may hit home for some of you guys.
And into everyday lives.
I'm gonna go across, fat side over.
This is LifeHoops.
1, 2, 3!
A truly unique program. The concept for LifeHoops started a couple years ago by Red Ventures founder Rick Elias and former Charlotte Bobcats player Matt Carroll.
They were playing one-on-one one morning.
The guys had an idea: create a basketball-centered program, one that would truly have an impact in the community.
So we partner with Title I middle schools in the area. We got feedback that 7th and 8th grade was when some of the bad behaviors start to take place.
To try to give those potential at-risk kids some structure and guidance, Rick and Matt created LifeHoops. It's basketball with so much more.
We went to their principal, we went to their guidance counselors and said, here's the program we have. Can you give us kids, young men, that you think should be a part of the program?
Many of them had behavior issues at school. Academic setting was just not their thing.
Requirements to get into the program for the 12 to 14-year-old boys are pretty simple. Stay in school, be respectful, and have a love for the game of basketball.
And these are young men that would also benefit from having some structure and rigor and some consistency in their lives as well.
LifeHoops partnered with the YMCA of Greater Charlotte to serve as host sites. What started with 39 kids in March of 2017 has now grown to 140 active members across 4 locations.
All free for kids. The kids do not pay a dime.
Each interaction at LifeHoops begins with a handshake.
Chris, good eye contact, Chris.
A firm handshake and looking people in the eye is something we're very intentional about.
It's not like you have to, but it's respect and manners to show that what we're about.
Each weekday, the kids arrive right after school. They're given a team meal. Coaches then conduct the lesson of the day,
which may be a vocab word, or they may talk about a current event, or they may talk about commitment or honesty or respect.
How many people know that one thing or one decision can change the outcome or change the scope of your life? How many people know that?
After the lesson of the day is complete, the group splits up. Half go to the basketball court for drills, instruction, and games. The other half stays in the classroom for academic achievement.
What questions do you have right now? Michael had a question.
Nicole Davis and Yvette Cochran both teach at Albemarle Road Middle School. They also serve as LifeHoops academic liaisons at the Simmons YMCA, which is right next door. So they already know most of the boys in the program.
When they first saw that I was going to come over here and be an academic liaison, they were saying, oh my God, Ms. Cochran, because they know, I'm very strict and firm.
Also incorporated into LifeHoops is life skills, teaching the guys some of life's basics, like ironing clothes.
All right, so you want to have a method to your madness now. Look, I always work on one side at a time.
How to tie a tie.
Now bring it back and then pinch it with that middle finger.
And do a load of laundry.
Now, dryer has a couple options as well.
The day wraps up at around 7 with a review of what was learned that day.
We want to make sure that the lessons and exposure that the boys are getting here actually translate to the cafeteria, the hallways, the classrooms, the streets, the communities.
The character traits coaches and teachers are trying to instill in the boys is already taking hold. They're already seeing big differences.
Their attitude and mindset towards school. They want to be in the classroom. They're coming to school. Attendance has increased tremendously.
I've just seen a huge difference in, a lot of them, the way they speak, the way they present themselves.
Well, I used to be a C average student, but now I'm averaging A's and B's and taking honors classes.
They tell us, I no longer have the desire to skip school. I no longer have the desire to steal. I'm not in the streets at night.
I feel like I have a whole lot more opportunities than I would if I didn't join the program.
The kids do just about everything together, from basketball tournaments to field trips and community service projects. They're not just classmates, they're teammates and brothers.
It's that helping hand. It's that shoulder you can cry on, that shoulder you can lean on.
Rodney King is a LifeHoops coach. Having gone through a rough childhood himself, he can relate to some of the things the kids are going through.
I was very less fortunate in some areas of my life and in certain spans of my life. I didn't have a program like this. And I shared the story with the guys the day I tried to commit suicide.
Being a part of LifeHoops and being able to give to the kids has in many ways helped Rodney heal his old wounds.
The fulfillment comes in letting the guys know that you can make it out, that I was exactly like you guys.
LifeHoops, giving kids a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, and a sense of team.
It's the best thing ever.
Everyone working together to win at the game of life.
Jason joins us now with more. I love that program, and I love the concept. The thing that struck me so much in it was the fact that they were teaching young men how to tie ties.
I know, some of those little life skills that you might take for granted or think, people might know growing up, unless you have someone actually stop and show you, okay, this is how you do laundry, this is how you tie a tie, this is how you lay out clothes to iron clothes. Some of those things you might take for granted, but no, until someone actually shows you how to do it, you're not going to know.
And the other thing that struck me in the story is just the gentleman who was teaching the students, do you realize that you are just one decision away from a totally changed life? I mean, I think as young people, they don't think that. It can either make their lives or it can destroy their lives.
And what part of what you didn't see there was the story that he then told afterwards, and was just talking about specific examples of different people over the course of time, whether it's local or national, one decision that they may have made at one point in time and how it just turned the course of their life for the worse, and had they made the right decision in that moment, how things would have turned out differently.
We saw it being used with basketball, but are they looking at using this program with any other kind of sports?
They are, and that's one thing because of the success of this, and so many of the kids do like basketball, but basketball's obviously not the only sport that kids are into.
Right.
Soccer's a huge thing right now, and so one of the things they're looking to do going forward, now that they do have their 4 locations partnered with the 4 schools, is, okay, not all these kids love basketball. So, if it's all about education, respect, and basketball, what about the kids who don't like basketball? So they're starting now Life Soccer, because soccer is now one of those sports that they really want to tap into, so the same concepts, but get the kids who are playing soccer but still try to teach those same life skills and education and values.
Help people understand, where are the schools that this is being offered currently?
Right now they have the 4 middle schools, and they're partnered with the 4 YMCA. So you've got Albemarle Road Middle School, MLK Junior Middle School, Ransom and Sedgefield, and then the Simmons YMCA, which is the one that we were profiling. You also have the Johnston over on North Davidson Street, McCrory on Beatty's Fode, and Stratford Richardson on West Boulevard. Great information, Jason. Thanks so much for bringing it to our attention. Absolutely. It's a fun story, and it's a great program. Let's transition from life lessons to school lessons.